There is a small town called Krishnapuram. In this town, there is a Catholic church, and a few families connected to this church live close by. Among them lived a wonderful couple named Chandu and his wife Chandana. Chandu and Chandana loved God deeply and treated everyone with respect. People admired and respected them not only for who they are, but especially for their deep faith in God. Their piety was spoken about in the town. More than just believing, they lived out their faith in daily life, always reaching out to help those in need. It was the Christmas season, an important festival for Christians, just as Hindus and Muslims have their own important festivals. During Christmas, people decorate their homes with lights, nativity scenes, and many beautiful decorations. On Christmas night, it was time for the midnight mass. Chandu and Chandana got ready to go to church. Chandu told his wife to go ahead to the church, saying that he would come a little later. Chandana did not question him. She went to the church with their neighbors. Chandu had decided to first visit an elderly man named Rajaya, who lived all alone a few blocks away. After his wife left for the church, Chandu went to Rajaya's house and found him suffering from a high fever. Chandu tried calling a doctor he knew, but there was no response. Without wasting any time, Chandu went to a medical store in the town, bought some medicines, gave them to Rajaya, and stayed with him, caring for him. Within half an hour, Rajaya began to feel better and soon fell into a deep sleep. Only then did Chandu quietly make his way to the church. By the time he reached the church, the midnight mass was already over and people were coming out. Chandana was surprised to see her husband arriving at that time and asked him where he had been. Chandu simply smiled at her and gently took her to the nativity scene set up outside the church to pray to baby Jesus. As Chandu prayed, he noticed something extraordinary. Infant Jesus in the nativity scene was smiling at him. It was a beautiful and gentle smile. Chandu was puzzled. He looked again, this time with his eyes wide open, and once again, to his surprise, infant Jesus was smiling at him. Later that night, after returning home, Chandu, out of curiosity, asked his wife if she had noticed infant Jesus smiling in the nativity scene. Chandana replied that she did not notice anything like that. Chandu did not continue the conversation further. The next morning, Chandu went again to visit Rajaya and found him much better. Rajaya thanked Chandu for his timely help the previous night. He said that God himself had sent Chandu to him and blessed both Chandu and Chandana with heartfelt prayers. After spending some more time with Rajaya, Chandu returned home. That evening, he felt a strong desire to visit the church again. He went alone and stood once more before the nativity scene, praying quietly. Once again, to his amazement, infant Jesus was smiling at him. Chandu looked more closely, and this time he clearly understood it was not imagination or feeling. Infant Jesus truly was smiling at him. At that moment, Chandu realized the reason for the smile. Infant Jesus was gifting him that smile because of what he had done for Rajaya the previous night, serving him when he was sick and helpless. Chandu remembered the words of Jesus from the Holy Bible. Whatever you do for one of the least of my brothers, you do it for me. That was why Jesus smiled at him. We celebrate Christmas with joy, lights and decorations. But along with these visible lights, we must also add the lasting light of love, compassion, and service to those in need. That is what makes Christmas truly meaningful, and that is the greatest tribute we can offer to Jesus.